Welcome to Retirement Rescue Radio, a show specifically designed to help retirees and pre-retirees maximize their financial efficiency so you can live the retirement lifestyle you've always imagined. Your host is Nate Miller, investment advisor representative and author of the CPR Retirement Rescue Roadmap. Nate discusses thoughts and ideas from some of today's most knowledgeable professionals in the field of finance. He offers strategies along the way to help you make better financial decisions so you can maximize your retirement. This is Retirement Rescue Radio.
Well, hello and welcome to another episode of Retirement Rescue Radio. I'm your host, Nate Miller, and I would like to introduce you to someone making his video debut at almost 15 years old, or it was 100 and some years old in dog years, is Frazier. So this has been our corgi for many, many years. It's my stepdog, actually, because when I met my wife, Melissa, Frazier was already in the picture. So, when we got married, I inherited him. And so why do I have a cute little dog? I mean, you can call him a puppy, but like I said, he's over 100 years old. Why am I showing you a dog? Well, let me put him down here. If you've gone to the, there we go. If you've gone to the Retirement Rescue Radio website and you've clicked on the thumbnail for this particular episode, you'll see a picture of him sleeping upside down, really, all like sprawled out, which when you think about that from an adaptation standpoint, a dog sleeping upside down with its underbelly exposed is complete trust. It's like you think about that. If you're out in the wild and that's how you sleep, you're leaving yourself vulnerable to predators. But this little guy can sleep like that all day, every day, all night, every night. He sleeps like that. Why is he able to sleep so soundly that he is literally willing to, quote, risk his life with the way that he sleeps if he were to do the same thing out in the wild? Well, it's because he has no cares, no concerns whatsoever. Every morning he wakes up, he has kibble sitting in his bowl. Every night he has kibble sitting in his bowl. He eats the kibble and more kibble magically shows up. He doesn't have to worry about any of it. He doesn't know how it happens. He just knows it happens. He has come to expect it. He has no concern that tomorrow there's not going to be kibble there. It shows up every single day, regardless of what he does, right? Eats it, it comes back. Eats it, it comes back. That's what he does. That is bliss. That is happiness. And why the heck am I talking about dog food? Well, because in retirement, if you want that same amount of happiness, then we have seen research that has shown the highest happiness factors from retirees are those that have their retirement income covered from guaranteed income. They get it, they spend it, that next month, it just shows up again. And they spend that and it shows up again. It shows up every single month and they don't have to worry about some asset being depleted because they're taking that income. So Frazier's not worried about the current bag of food depleting because there's going to be another bag of food as far as he's concerned that's going to be coming back. And so that's why he is not concerning himself. And that's why in retirement, we want to make sure that you are not concerning yourself with those income concerns either. And so that's why one of the income, or I guess you can say investment strategies that we employ for retirees is something called the flooring method. And I've done a podcast episode on this where I've gone through the main three types of retirement income strategies, whether it's the withdrawal percentage rule or the bucketing strategy, also known as the time segmented strategy, or the flooring strategy, also known as the essential versus discretionary strategy. And so we're going to focus today a little bit more on that flooring strategy, because while we use both the flooring and a version of the bucketing strategy, we do it a little bit differently than the normal way that it's talked about in academia. And so it's our own little spin on it that goes towards the CPR Retirement Rescue Roadmap, which is our retirement strategy, our investing strategy. It's our comprehensive planning process. It's been trademarked. Also the name of my first book, CPR Retirement Rescue Roadmap. So flooring, what this does, so historically, what this does is it is supposed to guarantee this is why they call it essential versus discretionary, guarantee all of your base necessities using such, guaranteed types of income streams like, well, Social Security can be part of that. If there's a pension, it can become part of that bucket too, but also through the use of annuities or guaranteed contracts that actually can pay lifetime income, no matter whether you run out of that amount or not, it still continues to pay, much the same way as Social Security and pensions do. And so, but the way they talk about it is when they say flooring, they're talking about developing a floor of whatever those base expenses are. And so if your base expenses are, say, $5,000 a month, let's create $5,000 a month worth of Social Security, pension, income, and annuity, a combination of all those. Or if you don't have a pension, then it's just Social Security and annuity income, right? And then the discretionary income. So you have to split your expenses up into those different categories, your essential versus your discretionary. And I don't know a lot of people that do that. They're just like, you know what, this is what we spend every year. This is what we spend. And whether that's going out for, dinner, or whether that is the entertainment that you do, or whether that's even travel built into that number. And so that flooring is taken care of by those guaranteed contracts or those guaranteed annuities. Then the discretionary is utilizing different types of assets, different types of investment vehicles. And this is where we kind of cross over into a version of the bucketing strategy as well, because you can kind of time segment those additional funds that were not used for the flooring for other discretionary expenses. And you're trying for a little bit more growth potential on those, maybe for inflation hedging and maybe for future long-term care needs or whatnot. And that's kind of where they go with that, right? Essential versus discretionary. What we like doing is, instead of trying to guarantee just the essential, we want to guarantee the lifestyle that the client has. For example, if they know that they need $5,000 a month, and that includes their travel, that includes eating out every now and then, it includes all of that, let's guarantee that. And then if we have other funds over and above that, well, then that's where we can use some of those bucketing strategies or the time segmented strategies. And I like that. And I find a lot of my clients like that a whole heck of a lot better, because guess what, guys, when you retire, most likely you're going to be in the best health that you're going to be in during your entire retirement. You are young, you are in shape. You are going to be wanting to travel, spend time with friends. You're going to be doing a lot of stuff during that time. And you want to make sure that you don't go back in your quality of life. That's what we're finding. A lot of people right off the bat, they're not spending less in retirement. They might spend more during those first few years even, and then less after that. And so there's no going back in quality of life or standard of living. It's just staying right, just going right along. And so let's do that. Let's guarantee that. And then it's like, why do we use that rather than, say a 4% withdrawal rate, or just the withdrawal rate strategy itself with the bucketing strategy and all that? And the reason is because by properly utilizing all the different features of different investment products and services that are available out there, or different vehicles that are available out there, we feel like we can get a higher percentage payout and therefore a higher income possibility by utilizing these different strategies than what you could comfortably take out from one of the withdrawal strategies. So to give you an example here, let's say that there is a client that they've got $1 million saved up, and we've got a married couple. It's like, we can do this with single couples as well, but I'm just going to give you an example for married couples here too, simply because that fits the majority of the people that we talk with. But the situation would be the same if you were single as well. You just get to spend all the money, right? And so let's say we've got a couple, they have saved $1 million for retirement, and they have an income goal of $40,000, which would be right at that 4% withdrawal rate, right? And so in this example, if they're taking a 4% withdrawal rate, then the entire $1 million is needed in order to take out that $40,000. In addition to the $40,000, they've also got let's just use the average Social Security amount right now. Average Social Security check in 2020 was right around $1,500. And so that is $18,000. And times two, because they're married, that's $36,000. And so if they need 40, they've got 36, that's $76,000 total, a little more than $6,000 a month that they're getting. And that's going to be a little bit better from a tax standpoint, since they've got, basically half of that coming from Social Security. So there's a little bit better tax situation there, but that's for another episode. So they're going through, so their goal is they want $40,000. Now, I'm going to use some averages that I've seen here recently on some different situations that we've gone, and we're able to get a 5.5% cash flow on money. And we can do that utilizing different strategies with guaranteed products like insurance companies. And so if we use 5.5% as the number, right? So that means to get that $40,000, we actually only need to use $727,273. Okay. That leaves another $272,727 outside, almost $300,000 outside of the amount that we just now used to guarantee, with subject to the claims paying ability of the insurance companies, right? That income that they need, a 5.5% payout. And now that other 273,000-ish, right? Close to it, can be used for other things. It could sit there and just grow and be there for legacy. It could be there for maybe a possible inflation hedge down the road. It could be there to maybe take care of some additional long-term care needs that maybe weren't taken care of by the annuities, even though there's a lot of those that could actually, part of that income plan is now that there's a long-term care feature that they could tap into if something happens to them. So that could even, the annuities can even fit part of that bill as well. And so now we've got $272,000 outside of that. Well, if we just used 4% of that, well, that's almost another $11,000. It's like $10,900. And let's think about this. So we've got the essential and some discretionary already taken up with the guarantees. And now we have this additional, call it $11,000 or whatever, that we could have throughout the year and safely take that out as well. Well, now that might be luxury. And so if we've factored travel into the addition to the first, 6,000-ish per month, we don't need to factor it in here, but we could, right? And another $11,000 a month. I'm looking right now, sorry, $11,000 a month, $11,000 a year, 11,000 a month would be great too. $11,000 a year. I'm on Expedia right now. And I just did a search for, all-inclusive stays at some Cancun resorts right down in Mexico. And the reason I love Cancun, it's in the same time zone. It's a very quick flight. You can leave in the morning, be on the beach in the afternoon, and the beach is very close to the the airport as well. So it's like maybe a 15-20 minute car ride, and you're at the resort, so like you leave early in the morning, by like 1:30, 2 o'clock, early afternoon, you could be sipping a margarita in a beach chair. That's why I like Mexico so much. Now, say a 5-night vacation for you and a significant other. So even if you are single, but you've got a significant other, right? Even if you're not married, so you and a couple, you and a significant other, flights and hotel for 5 nights. I'm looking at prices right now of, here's one for $1,800. $1,800. Here's one for right at $2,000 for the entire thing. This isn't per night. This is for the entire vacation, flight and hotel. There's that. So here's $2,200, $2,300, another one that's under $2,000, $1,600, $1,700, right? Now, this is also going to depend on what room package that you choose. But think about that. If you're getting an extra $10,000 to $11,000 and it's costing you $2,000 for an all-inclusive trip, let's just call it $2,500 and $10,000. You could take 4 of those in a year and still have a little bit of extra change left over. And y'all didn't know I was going to be a travel agent today, did you? So I'm helping you plan your trips here. If you haven't looked into those, I suggested, I love the heck out of them. My wife and I both, we love tropical environments. We love the beach. You know, you hear the crash of the waves at night. It's calming. That's my happy place, really. I love the sound of the ocean. And so there we go, guys. It's like you've got, with less money, we have given them not a 4% payout, but a 5.5% payout. And here's what's important about that. Does that mean that that's only a 1.5% more income? 4.5 versus 5? 5.5 versus 4. No, that's not 1.5% difference on the amount of income that you're getting. That is actually, what is 1.5% of 4? 1.5% of 4, that's 37.5% more income. Or it's the same income using 37.5% less assets, allowing those other assets to do other things. So this is one of the big reasons that we love this approach, is because now let me ask you this. If you know you have $76,000 in this example right here, between the annuities and the Social Security, they don't have a pension in this example, $76,000 there are some cost of living adjustments built into that. Social Security itself has cost of living adjustments, little bitty ones, but they're there, right? And you can also set the annuities up. Certain annuities do have inflation protection as well. And so you can actually have inflation protection now on 100% of your retirement income if you utilize the right products. And here we have, let's start it off at $76,000 of guaranteed income with inflation protection, not ever going to run out in your entire life. Even if the whole 272,000 runs out, all the growth on that, let's say you took some crazy trips, and that's all gone, you still have that 76,000 plus the cost of living adjustments that's never going to run out, right? And how much more confident would you be if you were taking your trips even, right? Or going out to eat on money that was just going to show up again after you spent it. You eat the kibble, shows up the next day. You spend the money, it shows up the next month, and it's never going to run out. Those of you that aren't watching this on YouTube, you can't see my facial reaction, but I'm just like, that's bliss. When you take financial concerns, arguably the most argued about topic in marriages, right? And therefore possibly creating the most strife in our lives. And if you can take that concern away, that is one heck of a retirement. That's what we want to do, guys. And so as this year's is, just getting kicked off here, once again, we want to make sure that we can help anybody. So the giveaway today, there's one, this is not a giveaway, but it's a picture of our dog. You'll see that, with him all, sprawled out, sleeping. That's not a giveaway. It's just a funny looking picture. Right. So there's that. But the giveaway, once again, it's 15-minute phone call. Sit down with us, either on the phone or virtually through a Zoom or something like that. We all should be proficient at Zoom by now. Or even in our office if you're local, right? And we'll discuss it. We'll talk about some of those concerns. And if we can put you in the same position that we have put a lot of our clients, to where they feel that calm, right? They don't have that feeling in the pit of the stomach that comes from financial stress and worry. They have a calm feeling there, and they can go out and do the travel that they want to, even though now you got some hoops to jump through with the travel right now. Like, we've got 2 big trips this year. We tried doing Hawaii last year and it didn't happen. Right. So we're going to try again this year. That's going to be like in August, and we've got Jamaica some in March. And so you have to get a COVID test to go, and it's got to be negative. And then you got to have a negative test to come back too. So everybody traveling should, be, well, fingers crossed, right, not having any coronavirus now because of all those traveling abroad. You need to make sure that, even internationally, not necessarily abroad, but internationally. Yeah. You got to have those negative COVID tests. And what's interesting, some of those resorts, they're offering those COVID tests for free. And if you do test positive, they're actually offering free or reduced extended stay during your quarantine period. I'm like, free or reduced, right? So find the ones that are free. I don't know, find a way to contract coronavirus while you're down there and just extend your stay another couple of weeks for free. I mean, so now that $1,800 or $2,000, it doesn't just get you a 5-night stay. That might get you like a 15-night stay. So once again, I'm just trying to be a travel agent here, apparently, again. So once again, guys, all kidding completely aside, this is what we do. We want to help people like this. We've retired a lot of people. I mean, the vast majority of you on here, it's like you retire once. We've retired a lot of people. We're used to doing it. We know the things that we need to look for, the concerns that need to be taken in care of, the risks that are out there. Like I did that series where there was like 18 different risks that we talked about, and how to take care of those risks. So that's it, guys. Appreciate you, humoring me and taking a look at my cute dog, or my wife's cute dog, I guess I should say, right? And just understanding the analogy there, and know that that's really what we want to have happen for people, and take advantage of that 15-minute phone call or Zoom meeting, sign up for that, see if there's anything we can do to help you guys out, and even if we're a good fit. So always trying to give you more information to empower you to live the retirement you deserve. Take care and have a great week.